Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I just want to tell you that this video is in no means anything special. It's just a tour of my factory and I talk about things. I was going to do a still ingot production video for you for Mega Factory, but we're going to hold off and do that in another video so I can get things done better. I got some things I need to work on. In the next video, we're working on package fuel, but for the most part, it's just a tour of my factory for this video today and some things we need to get done, and I'll tell you guys all about it. But anyway, that's enough chat. Let's get right into the video. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video and a new series. I'm so glad to bring you guys satisfactory gameplay from my perspective and what I get to do. I've really enjoyed playing this game, and I've been playing it for about a year, almost 2 years for the most part. I have almost 400 hours saved on this, at least on this save. And Update 8 just came out. Of course, I'm not going to upgrade to Update 8 because they were absolutely correct in their videos from Coffee Stain that it is very experimental, and I don't want to break my save because I don't want to spin forever. Now, going on behind me and this giant concrete slab to my left is a huge project going on. I recently started a large project, and well, not recently, it's actually been going on since October of last year, and I really needed to upgrade and supersize what I was building. And I had videos, I'd taken different steps of what was going on and where I was at in progress, but those have since been deleted accidentally, and here we are. I was really hoping to put one up on the screen of what it used to look like in this area. Now then, so right here before you is a 3-story iron ingot building. It's just producing ingots. And what we're working on today is that building over there, because we're going to build something similar to 3-4 stories of steel ingots. Now, something I realize is that as time goes on, I really am going to need more ingots probably, and that's the big time issue. When I started playing this game, which was November of, I want to say 21, just coming into 2022, I started building in this little area that's all under here. I mean, what you're seeing underneath is the ground. I specifically built this building and this platform elevated so I could have big trucks running at the bottom. We're in no means by really early in the game. I mean, we're at completing phase 3, which is just tier 5, and there's 6 and 7. I want to say we can figure this out if we go down here. I mean, I have trains, but I've never put them anywhere. Yeah. So we're trying to unlock this tier, but tier 4 has the blueprints from update 7. We haven't done anything with that because I've been just too focused and too busy to build this area. Let me give you this backstory before we get in there. So all of this began in this one little area right before you. Where the square is at, underneath this square, I mean, I was building, several things. I mean, I was using constructors, I was using assemblers to make, motors, but I wasn't producing a huge output. And believe it or not, if you've played Satisfactory, and you would know that every time you unlock something new, you always have to go back and redesign, revamp, do whatever, because you can make it better, you can make productivity faster. I had all these little buildings scattered out around here, and I had one little, what is this thing, manufacturer going on, and it was making our boxes down here. Let's see here, heavy modular frame. Anyway, it was producing this, and that was it. That was all I was getting out of it. I realized, why am I using this little area? Why am I trying to save space? It's like what I had was this little green area all the way around, and that was it. And I was trying to utilize as much space as possible, and so I decided to myself, this is bullshit. I'm building something bigger. So I started calling it project, revamp, rebuild, whatever you want to call it. And I don't really call it much anymore. It's just listed on a Trello board of everything I need to do and redesign and revamp, so that way I can make things bigger. And so I decided, all right, this is going to be my Mega Ingot Factory. All right, guys, here we are. Here's what the bottom looks like. I mean, I just kind of threw all this stuff together and planned some things out, and it took me a good amount of time to build this framing area and the foundation that I wanted everything to be built on. The biggest issue was that at the time I didn't really have, I mean, it took a month to build this little frame thing. But at the time that I built it, if you're new to the channel, I travel a lot, so I didn't have a gaming laptop at the time. But I can tell you, now I do. Whenever I travel, it goes with me along with my work computer, and I am able to play Satisfactory and Rail Empire 2 on it. I mean, with the specs that it has, you could say that the specs are, for a laptop, are certainly better than what my desktop has. I mean, I got a 3060, the laptop has a 4070. in terms of graphics. In today's video, as I mentioned before, we're talking about this building in front of us, which is steel ingots, and I want to build everything where it's like each individual item in the game will be produced in one building, one mega factory, and will be exported via my tractors, my trucks, or by train to and from a certain location. Here I am. So this building is the most recent build and design I've made to any of my factories so far. So everything that you see that's over there and at our mega factory and everything, and my base being up there, has Mark III belts. And the issue was that over here in storage, I was running out of these encased beams, which is needed to make these fast belts. And I'm using so many of them that I used to have 4 completely stocked level 2 containers that no longer have stuff in them because I've moved it all. Bigger is always better, and having more storage is always better, so let's add some more storage so this stuff continues to make, and then I'll run you through what that plant over there looks like. Then we'll return to our steel ingots. Encased beams were a big thing that I needed, and so I set out to build a miniature factory to create them, much like my concrete producing building, which is just a little cube right there, 2 stories, 4 constructors, and that keeps up with all the concrete usage I had. Now, anything that I ever made between any of my factories came here and got stored here, and I left everything here. While I still have a lot of stuff, I am running low on supplies, and I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to beef that up. But anyway, so let's see here. So I wanna keep building this stuff up. So we'll take this stuff down here. Save us money and everything. I mean, to give you guys perspective, I was bringing it all in under one thing using smart splitters to send everything off. Any overflow was returning to our awesome sink, in which we have a ton of those around everywhere. Alright, so our design for the factory isn't really a complex system. I mean, it's pretty basic for what you need. We're starting out with 2 impure resource collectors on impure iron ore nodes, and I hate it so much because they're fucking everywhere in this easy biome. If you guys don't know, this is the easiest area to start in. Alright, so feeding out my system here, I've got the iron ore going in, and coal is going in. If you guys don't know, coal is needed in the foundries to take iron ingots and produce steel ingots with coal. I think it's really Houdini, and I think it's a lot because coal ore around here is a little scarce, and I'm actually importing it from a coal node over there that is supplying coal to our power station. We got this going in here. Now, all the buildings you see over there are Cateridium. They were making computers. We have, I think, enough computers over there in general. I'm hoping to get the closest and the newest, like, big time smart AI splitter or whatever, because that would just be great to have, where I could sort various things automatically. But anyway, so go in here. I built this lovely stairway. We come in here, first floor, all the ingots. Second floor, all the foundries. It's our 3rd floor, all of our steel beams coming out and everything. I never put this wall back. That's a little unfortunate. It's a big room. It's a lot of wasted space in here, but I messed up. So we ended up with a lot of useless space there. Our next up, our concrete. Anyway, and then here's our end result of everything. It looks like we're out of concrete for the most part, which I wouldn't be surprised because everything was going ham, and then we completely took everything and flooded it out. But anyway, so we have a normal concrete node over there and an impure one as well. This is also an issue too, because there's a bigger area on the map over here, which is just this big ass crater right here. And this has like five little limestone nodes in it, so I might end up going over there and connecting that to truck stations and having a truck export and bring stuff over here instead of running this really long ugly belt across my line, because I have other plans to do stuff with. So this was the biggest Cateridium builder that I had for the most part. I mean, we were building a ton of things to produce one thing. Now, while yes, this entire fucking facility is just off now. I don't need any more, Cateridium ingots. I don't need a bunch of quick wire. I just don't need any of these things. And we were making a ton of the copper sheets over there needed to make computers and boards and everything. And so I turned off this facility to save power and work on the power station, which, we got fuel generators, but there's a big problem to that right now, and I just haven't set them back up. I mean, I have a lot of coal power stations around, and while I could use coal for something else, oil turns into so many byproducts that I really should just build oil, package it up, and ship the barrels elsewhere and have it, you know, turned into whatever it needs to be turned into. But let's jump over there real quick and I'll show you. Alright guys, we're back. So I'm just getting over here. This is the farthest I've ever built anything and explored. And I used to make all my oil and my fuel over here. And I even built my little building up there for like storage and all. But anyway, so if you guys don't know, I don't know, I've never spawned the map 10,000 times if the node's placement is different. But for me at least, I've got a big coal deposit over in that area. And it's feeding several areas, and this was supposed to be like, it was like a dream world. When I was setting this up, I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna build hundreds of power stations here because of the water, and I'm going to use all the coal resources here as well to, you know, found that project. And so I used to have a big refinery system over here, and then I tore it down because I thought to myself, this is really far away. We need to do something else about this. So it's like the other side, I tore it all down. I mean, this was all a raw thing. It was all set up real quickly when I figured it all out, and I just I had things running everywhere, and I wanted to rebuild it and put power stations here mostly and take what I had and export it farther. So that's how we ended up with that really long pipeline up there. Oh, that was a proven challenge, because after I did that, then I was like, you know what, I'm going to rebuild my entire factory and make X, and build it up and make it huge. So that became an issue. So then I came over here and I decided, okay, well, I need fuel because I have a jetpack, right? All right. Well, oil, as you guys know, is a very complicated resource, at least so far that I've come across. I'm sure there's more things like uranium, but oil is super stupid complicated here. And you take it and it gives you a byproduct called heavy oil residue. Now that shit, golly, you just can't do anything with it. I mean, in my case, I'm using it to create fuel. But that's an extra step. You know, it's not as simple as easy as making plastic here to just create that. And so I use it to make fuel, and it floods into this refinery building here and floods out to these storage tanks because I don't have anything else set up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but to set up making a fuel system, it takes a lot of buildings to do that. I mean, I could sit back and make how-to videos, but the game has been out for a long time that I figure you could probably find those how-to videos elsewhere. Impure iron SAM ore right here. They're supposed to be doing something with this ore in one of these updates. It'd be really great because I don't know what you use it for. Update 8 talked about it. But it takes me so long to build everything here. That's a really cool galaxy over there. That must be fucking new because I've never noticed that before. It takes me so long to build everything here and to work on this project because I've done everything legitly. Now, I don't know if other people, big-time YouTubers, have done things legitly or whatever, but it takes a long time to gather resources. I mean, my total playtime is probably around 175 hours, but I have almost 400 on the save. Well, that almost 400... the other sum of those hours are me starting the game and leaving it running. So for instance, I'll leave it running on my katana here and play a completely different game on my desktop, and it just collects resources that are being produced and so on. Maybe I'll cover this in another video too, but this is mostly just my factory and my layouts. I set up several oil pumps on the other side, and that's really it. I haven't explored much, only because, I kid you not, the spiders in this game, or those creepy crawlies that walk like a spider, are super scary. And their big time brother, I call it, which is like the next level up from the small ones, is creepy. I mean, I kid you not, I ran into one when I was like, I don't know, somewhere over here or whatever, so I ran from it. And it followed me, jumping, walking across the ground. Anyway, we had a hard fought like up over here and everything, and I wish I had that view because I remember I sent my friends a clip of this thing jumping at me. But this thing was just insane. And I just couldn't like get rid of it. It was keeping up with me. It was just, cave dwellers are horrendous. But that's all I got for you guys today in this video and everything. We'll pick up another video. Maybe we'll put up this fuel system, a quick little fuel building, and build up our mega ingots factory. I got big plans for this game. I mean, I've been trying to put out videos for it for a long time. If you did like the video, I hope you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you get new video uploads all the time. I'm working on a video on Software Inc. I haven't uploaded one in a long time, but I've been working and studying the accounting tutorial, so that way I can show you guys and tell you guys in a better fashion of how you use accounting. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of hidden things. And with the game and the economy always updating, it's tough. It's really tough. But we really need to expand this out because I don't have much gas around here left.
Testify.